Have you ever stopped to wonder how some countries seem to have unlocked the secret to living longer, healthier lives? We live in a world where our busy routines often leave us wondering if there's more to life than just work, stress, and fleeting moments of joy. But what if I told you that some cultures have figured out how to thrive well into their golden years, living lives full of health, happiness, and purpose? Take the bustling streets of America, for example. On average, Americans can expect to live around 79 years. While this is significant, across the ocean in Japan, the number leaps to 84 years. That's a whole 5 extra years. It's like adding a bonus round to life. But it's more than just a statistical difference, it's a fundamental difference in how people live and age. What's the secret to their longevity? How is it that a culture with such rich history, traditions, and values manages to outlive the West? What are they doing differently that helps them live longer, healthier, and with more vitality? This question has been asked for generations. And as we peel back the layers, you'll realize that the answer lies not just in one or two factors, but in a deep, interwoven combination of lifestyle, values, and culture. Today, we're going to embark on a journey to the heart of Japan, not just to answer these questions, but to uncover the story behind why Japanese people live longer and with greater purpose than Americans. But more importantly, we're going to ask a bigger question. What can we, living in the West, learn from their example? Let's step away from the modern-day, fast-paced streets for a moment and picture something different, something slower, more peaceful, yet deeply fulfilling. Imagine yourself walking through a small village in Okinawa, Japan. The sun is warm, but not overwhelming, and the soft sea breeze brushes against your skin, carrying with it the scent of salt water and greenery. There's a rhythm here, a quiet, steady energy that feels completely in tune with nature. You can't help but notice that the pace of life is different. It's not about rushing to the next task, the next meeting, or the next appointment. Here, time feels like it's meant to be savored. And it's in these places, like Okinawa, where people live the longest and the happiest lives. Take a stroll down these peaceful streets, and you'll notice something incredible. The older people here, those in their 80s, 90s, and even 100s, aren't just surviving, they're truly thriving. They're gardening, walking with purpose, chatting with neighbors, and laughing in the streets. There's no sense of isolation or decline. The elderly are embraced, respected, and valued as vital members of the community. They're not waiting to fade away. They're living their best lives, contributing and connecting with those around them. I'm over 60, still working more than 15 hours a day. Not for fame, not for money, but for you. While others rest, I keep going with a tired body but a hopeful heart. If this touched you even a little, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know this effort, this pain isn't in vain. You might even see someone who's 100 years old, picking vegetables from their garden, their face lit up with joy as they carry out their daily chores. And it's not just about staying active, it's about staying mentally sharp, emotionally connected, and deeply engaged in life. It's a culture that reveres the elderly and treats them with respect, ensuring that they remain fully integrated into society. But here's where things get even more interesting. What we see here isn't just some happy accident. It's the result of generations of wisdom passed down from parent to child. And the truth is, the story of Japan's longevity isn't about one magic pill or a secret food. It's about the way they live, the choices they make every single day. It's about the food they eat, the way they move, and perhaps most importantly, the deep connections they foster with each other and the world around them. Japan has carefully crafted a way of life that promotes longevity, and these practices are woven deeply into the fabric of the culture. You see, longevity is not an isolated factor. It's the sum of small, consistent decisions that create a profound impact over time. Now, let's dive into one of the most important factors contributing to Japan's longevity: their diet. The Japanese are often praised for their healthy eating habits, and for good reason. Their diet is not just about eating to fill the stomach, but eating to nourish the body and soul. It's a way of life that emphasizes balance, simplicity, and fresh, whole ingredients. At the heart of the Japanese diet is fish. If you've ever eaten sushi or sashimi, you've tasted the best of what Japan has to offer. Fish is a staple of every meal, from the elegant slices of tuna to the simple grilled mackerel. But it's not just about the taste. It's the health benefits that make fish such a powerhouse in their diet. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids, fish has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, lower blood pressure, and improve brain health. These omega-3s are also critical for maintaining cognitive function, which might explain why Japan has one of the lowest rates of Alzheimer's disease in the world. Eating fish regularly, in the way the Japanese do, seems to be one of the keys to not just longevity, but vitality and mental sharpness well into old age. Beyond fish, the Japanese diet is filled with a rainbow of vegetables. You'll find a wide variety of them on the table at almost every meal: sweet potatoes, green leafy vegetables, mushrooms, and root vegetables like daikon radish. These are low in calories but incredibly high in nutrients. They're rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals that support everything from digestion to skin health. The Japanese eat vegetables in ways that preserve their natural flavors and nutrients, whether they're lightly steamed, pickled, or simply added to soups and broths. This creates a diet that's not just filling, but deeply nourishing on a cellular level. Another cornerstone of the Japanese diet is seaweed. Yes. That often overlooked green plant that seems to get no love outside of sushi rolls. In Japan, seaweed is a powerhouse of health benefits. Rich in iodine, calcium, and iron, seaweed plays an important role in supporting thyroid health, bone strength, and overall immune function. It's not just a garnish. It's an essential ingredient in many Japanese dishes. Whether it's kombu in soups, wakame in salads, or nori wrapped around rice. It's also loaded with antioxidants that protect the body from the harmful effects of oxidative stress, which helps prevent premature aging and chronic diseases. Of course, rice is the ultimate staple in Japan. But not just any rice. Japanese rice, known for its sticky, soft texture, is considered the ideal form of carbohydrate. It's a source of steady, slow-burning energy, unlike the refined grains that dominate many Western diets. Japanese rice is often consumed in its whole grain form, which retains its fiber and nutrients. It's not just a filler. Rice is the base for creating balanced, satisfying meals that leave you energized but not sluggish. It also helps to stabilize blood sugar levels, reducing the risk of diabetes and supporting overall metabolic health. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of the Japanese diet is its simplicity. In the West, we're often overwhelmed by advertisements for processed foods, quick fixes, and artificial additives that promise convenience but offer little in terms of real nutrition. In Japan, the focus is on whole, fresh foods, Nothing too fancy, nothing too complicated. There's a deep appreciation for food in its natural state. Fish, vegetables, rice, and seaweed. All of these ingredients come together to form a meal that is both nutritious and delicious, but simple enough to allow the true flavors of the ingredients to shine through. You won't find synthetic preservatives, food colorings, or overly processed snacks in Japan's traditional meals. The belief is simple: the more natural the food, the better it is for you. There's also a strong emphasis on portion control in Japan, which plays a pivotal role in the country's health and longevity. This principle, known as hara hachibu, translates to eat until you are 80% full. This practice isn't just about moderation, it's about listening to your body and eating mindfully. Instead of stuffing yourself to the brim, as is common in many Western cultures, the Japanese eat just enough to feel satisfied, not overstuffed. This prevents overeating and encourages digestion that is smooth and efficient. When you eat this way, your body can focus on processing the food properly, rather than dealing with the stress of excess. By practicing hara hachibu, the Japanese avoid the physical discomfort and health risks that come with overeating. It helps maintain a healthy weight, reduces the risk of developing chronic conditions like heart disease, and allows the body to process nutrients more effectively. This simple, mindful approach to eating has profound long-term benefits. It also ties back to their overall philosophy of balance, maintaining not just a healthy body, but a healthy mind as well. And let's not forget tea, specifically green tea. A warm cup of green tea is a constant companion in Japanese households. Green tea is packed with antioxidants called catechins, which help to reduce inflammation, boost metabolism, and protect against heart disease. The Japanese have been drinking green tea for centuries, and its health benefits are well documented. But it's more than just the antioxidants. It's about the ritual. Drinking tea is a moment of peace, a time to reflect and relax, and this mindfulness contributes to their overall sense of well-being. The secret ingredient: consistency. What's the secret to the Japanese diet? It's not just about eating fish or rice, it's about a lifelong commitment to eating food that's simple, nourishing, and full of integrity. It's about consistency, the daily choice to nourish your body with whole, fresh, and balanced foods. These dietary habits are passed down from generation to generation, ingrained in the culture, and supported by the community. The result: a longer, healthier life, one meal at a time. As you can see, the Japanese approach to food is far more than just fuel for the body. It's an integral part of their culture, and it's one of the key factors that contribute to their remarkable longevity. But there's more to the story than just diet. There's also the way they live, the way they move, and the way they take care of each other. Stay tuned, because we're about to explore the incredible role physical activity plays in their long lives. In Japan, there's a saying, Shinrin-yoku, which directly translates to forest bathing. But it's so much more than just a walk in the woods or a day spent outdoors. Shinrin-yoku is the practice of immersing oneself in nature to rejuvenate the mind, body, and spirit. It's a practice deeply rooted in Japanese culture, one that goes beyond a mere hobby or weekend pastime. It's a way of life, one that has been passed down for generations, and it holds a profound connection to Japan's longevity and well-being. At its core, Shinrin-yoku is about slowing down and being present. It's about stepping outside, leaving behind the stresses of modern life, and connecting with the world around you. But it's not about simply walking through a park or taking a scenic route. It's about fully engaging your senses. It's about listening to the rustling of the leaves, inhaling the fresh, earthy air, feeling the gentle touch of the breeze on your skin, and seeing the vibrant colors of nature that change with the seasons. Every sense is involved in this immersion, allowing the body and mind to reset and recharge. But why is this practice so important to the Japanese? Why is spending time in nature such an integral part of their daily life? Stress reduction and emotional clarity in Japan. It's widely believed that nature has the power to heal, to calm, and to refresh. The Japanese recognize that nature isn't just a backdrop to life, it's an essential element of mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that spending time in natural environments can significantly lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, reduce blood pressure, and improve overall mood. The Japanese know that by simply stepping outside and letting nature envelop them, they can reduce the mental clutter and tension that so often weighs them down. In contrast, in many Western cultures, life is dominated by a relentless pace. The constant demands of work, technology, and social obligations create a cycle of chronic stress. This constant stress is one of the primary contributors to health issues like heart disease, insomnia, depression, and early aging. The fast-paced nature of modern American life leaves little room for mental rest and renewal. But in Japan, the opposite is true. The practice of Shinrin-yoku offers a direct way to combat stress, something that's deeply ingrained in their culture and daily rhythms. A holistic approach to health. It's important to note that Shinrin-yoku isn't just about escaping stress. It's about embracing the peace that nature brings. It's about calming the mind and finding clarity in a world that is often too noisy. The Japanese recognize that true health isn't just about what you eat or how much you exercise. It's about finding balance between the physical, mental, and emotional aspects of life. Nature plays a critical role in this balance. This connection to nature is not something that only happens in the countryside or in the wilderness. It's something that can be found in the urban environment too. Even in Japan's busiest cities, parks and gardens serve as havens for relaxation. It's common to see office workers stepping outside during lunch breaks, walking through a nearby garden or sitting by a pond, taking a moment to breathe in the serenity before heading back to their busy lives. But it's not just the big, sweeping landscapes that make a difference. The Japanese also focus on the small, often overlooked details of nature. Simple practices like tending to a small garden, watching birds flutter by, or even admiring the delicate bloom of a flower contribute to a daily rhythm of calm and reflection. In these quiet moments, they find peace and clarity. The role of nature in longevity. The connection to nature is more than just a way to feel good in the moment. It plays a significant role in longevity. The Japanese view their relationship with nature as a lifelong commitment, one that supports both physical and mental health. And the science backs this up. Studies have shown that spending time in natural environments has long-term benefits, including improved cognitive function, better immune health, and increased emotional stability. All of these factors play a crucial role in living a long, healthy life. Perhaps even more profound is the idea that nature fosters a sense of interconnectedness. In Japan, there's a cultural belief in the oneness of nature. The trees, the plants, the animals, they're not separate from humans. They are part of a greater whole. This sense of unity is deeply embedded in the Japanese psyche and, in many ways, it encourages a lifestyle that is more harmonious, more balanced. People are not seen as separate from the environment, but as integral members of it. This fosters a sense of responsibility, both for one's health and for the well-being of the world around them. A stark contrast to the Western lifestyle, this connection to nature stands in stark contrast to the often sedentary, high-stress lives many Americans lead. In the U.S., the fast-paced, always-on culture tends to encourage a life of constant motion, an endless cycle of meetings, deadlines, and distractions. The rise of technology, social media, and a 24-hour news cycle has created a culture of constant engagement, leading to an increase in anxiety, burnout, and emotional fatigue. In fact, chronic stress in America has reached epidemic levels, and it's been directly linked to numerous health conditions, from cardiovascular diseases to autoimmune disorders. The Japanese, on the other hand, recognize the value of pausing. They understand that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity for long-term health. By prioritizing moments of connection with nature, the Japanese are able to reduce the negative impacts of stress, lower the risk of disease, and ultimately extend their lives. At the heart of Shinrin-yoku is the belief that nature is not just a place to visit, but a way of life, a practice that must be woven into the fabric of daily living. It's a reminder to slow down, to breathe, and to reconnect with the earth that sustains us. For the Japanese, this connection to nature is a cornerstone of longevity and well-being. As we continue our journey through the secrets of longevity, remember this: while technology and the fast-paced modern world continue to pull us in, taking time to step outside and immerse ourselves in the natural world can be one of the simplest yet most profound steps we can take to improve our health and happiness. When we think about longevity, we often focus on diet, exercise, and environment. But there's something just as important and perhaps even more powerful than all of that: connection. The bonds we form with the people around us play a critical role in our health and well-being. And in Japan, this is especially true. In places like Okinawa, which boasts one of the highest concentrations of centenarians in the world, social bonds are the foundation of daily life. It's a place where the elderly aren't pushed aside or forgotten about. They are vital members of the community, deeply embedded in the social fabric of life. In fact, the strength of these social ties has been shown to be one of the most significant contributors to their long, healthy lives. Japan is a society built on mutual respect, where every generation, whether young or old, plays an important role in maintaining a balanced, harmonious community. The elderly aren't seen as burdens to be taken care of. They are seen as sources of wisdom, experience, and knowledge, and their involvement in the community is valued. Whether they're giving advice to younger generations, participating in local festivals, or simply being there for family and friends, the elderly in Japan are always present. Their lives are intertwined with the lives of others, creating a deep sense of responsibility to one another. This sense of belonging is powerful. It's a bond that transcends age and creates a sense of emotional security. In fact, studies have shown that people who have strong social connections, whether through family, friends, or a wider community, tend to live longer, healthier lives. The elderly in Japan are surrounded by loved ones who look out for them, and in turn, they offer their own wisdom and support. This reciprocal relationship is a key factor in reducing depression, anxiety, and loneliness, all of which are major contributors to early aging and health problems in many Western cultures. I'm over 60, still working more than 15 hours a day. Not for fame, not for money, but for you. While others rest, I keep going, with a tired body but a hopeful heart. If this touched you even a little, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know this effort, this pain isn't in vain. In the West, the situation is often very different. Many people, particularly as they age, live in isolation, either by choice or circumstance, whether it's due to the demands of a busy lifestyle or the increasing number of elderly living alone in retirement homes. The sense of isolation can be devastating. Research has repeatedly shown that loneliness is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and mental decline. It's also been shown to accelerate the aging process and increase the likelihood of chronic illnesses. But in Japan, the elderly aren't alone. They have a strong support network: family, friends, neighbors who look out for their well-being. And this isn't just a social nicety. It's a deeply ingrained cultural value. The Japanese don't see family as something optional, they see it as a lifelong commitment. Whether it's helping out with household chores, running errands, or simply offering companionship, there's a sense of shared responsibility that permeates every aspect of life. This sense of community, coupled with deep familial ties, has been shown to promote life satisfaction and emotional well-being, both of which are crucial factors in maintaining long-term health. Aging in Japan is not something to fear, it's something to celebrate. In a world where youth is often revered and aging is seen as something to hide or resist, Japan offers a refreshing perspective. In Japan, getting older doesn't mean losing relevance. It means gaining wisdom, earning respect, and becoming a pillar of the community. The elderly in Japan are revered, and rightfully so. They are the keepers of history, culture, and tradition. Their lives are seen as valuable not just because of what they've done, but because of what they can teach others. This respect for aging isn't just a social nicety, it's a deeply rooted cultural belief. In Japan, the elderly are seen as living treasures, not as burdens. They are the grandparents, the mentors, the advisors, and their experiences are celebrated and passed down through generations. In fact, many Japanese people view aging as a privilege, not a punishment. It's seen as a testament to a life well lived, a symbol of resilience, and a source of pride. The older generation is often sought after for their guidance and advice, whether it's about family matters, life decisions, or how to live in harmony with nature. The wisdom they offer is invaluable, and it's something the younger generations hold dear. This cultural reverence for aging is a stark contrast to how aging is often perceived in many Western cultures. In the US and other Western countries, aging is frequently associated with decline, physical decline, mental decline, and even societal decline. Many elderly people in the West face the harsh reality of being viewed as invisible, often relegated to nursing homes or isolated from family members. There is a widespread fear of becoming a burden, and this fear can have a profound impact on both physical and mental health. But in Japan, aging is something to look forward to. It's a time of reflection, enjoyment, and continued contribution. The respect for elders promotes positive attitudes towards aging, which in turn encourages healthier lifestyles. Physical activity, healthy eating, and mental stimulation are all encouraged as part of a holistic approach to aging. It's not about fighting the inevitable changes that come with age. It's about embracing them, living with intention, and making the most of each new chapter in life. This difference in perspective has a huge impact on overall well-being. In Japan, the elderly are not only accepted, they are appreciated and cared for. They are seen as valuable members of society, with unique contributions to offer. This level of respect and integration creates a sense of purpose and belonging, which has been linked to longer, healthier lives. As we reflect on the cultural practices in Japan, it becomes clear that the way society treats its elderly, how it values their contributions and keeps them connected to the world, can have a profound impact on longevity. It's a lesson that we, in the West, can learn from as we work towards creating a more inclusive and supportive society for people of all ages. In Japan, physical activity is not just something you do at the gym or as part of a fitness routine, it's woven into the very fabric of daily life. And this is true even for the elderly. While in many Western nations, sedentary lifestyles are becoming the norm, particularly among older generations in Japan. Staying active is considered a vital part of living a long and healthy life. You'll find seniors in Japan taking part in a variety of physical activities, even well into their 90s. It's not about pushing their bodies to extremes. It's about maintaining consistency in movement, ensuring that their bodies stay agile and strong, no matter their age. One of the most popular activities for older Japanese people is Tai Chi, a slow, meditative martial art that promotes balance, flexibility, and mental clarity. In parks across Japan, you can often spot groups of elderly people practicing Tai Chi in the early morning light. The slow, deliberate movements of Tai Chi help with joint flexibility, muscle tone, and mental relaxation, making it an ideal exercise for those looking to keep both the body and the mind in peak condition as they age. But Tai Chi is just one example. Across the streets of Japan, seniors can be seen stretching, walking, or engaging in light aerobic exercises. Morning stretches in public parks are common, where people of all ages join together to gently warm up their bodies before beginning their day. It's a routine that keeps them physically capable and ready to face the day ahead. In fact, the elderly in Japan often remain physically active long into their 90s, with many maintaining a daily routine of walking, gardening, or practicing light exercises. These daily activities aren't just about staying fit, they're about creating a lifestyle that keeps the body moving and the joints lubricated. Gardening, for example, is not only a source of joy for many older Japanese individuals, but it also requires physical activity, from bending over to pull weeds to carrying heavy pots of plants. These physical tasks keep them limber, build strength, and provide a sense of purpose. Unlike the often isolated, sedentary lifestyle experienced by many older adults in the West, where sitting for long hours in front of a screen is common, the elderly in Japan remain active throughout the day. Whether it's through casual walks, practicing martial arts, or tending to a garden, there's always some form of physical activity happening. This continuous movement helps prevent the stiffening of the joints, reduces the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes, and supports the body in staying functional for a much longer period of time. It's this constant movement, regardless of how intense it is, that contributes to the longevity and vitality of the elderly in Japan. It's a way of life that prioritizes staying active in a balanced, sustainable manner, making it clear that physical activity is about much more than fitness. It's about enhancing the quality of life itself. But longevity isn't just about the body, it's about the mind as well. In Japan, there is a deep understanding that mental and emotional well-being is just as important as physical health when it comes to living a long and fulfilling life. The Japanese culture encourages mental resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, cope with challenges, and maintain a positive outlook on life, no matter the circumstances. There's a strong cultural emphasis on maintaining a positive mindset, focusing on the things that bring joy and fulfillment, rather than stressing about the difficulties of life. The Japanese are taught to find peace in the present moment, gratitude in their daily lives, and contentment in what they have. There's an enduring belief that mental and emotional clarity, along with a sense of peace, is essential for not just surviving, but truly thriving as we age. One of the most important aspects of the Japanese mindset is the concept of lifelong learning. Whether it's taking up a new hobby, reading, or learning a new skill, the Japanese believe in continuously expanding the mind. This ongoing engagement helps to keep the brain sharp and prevents the cognitive decline that many elderly individuals experience in the West. It's not just about avoiding Alzheimer's or dementia, it's about staying engaged and informed throughout life, constantly feeding the mind and keeping it as active as the body. Japanese people also place great importance on hobbies that are both mentally and emotionally enriching. Activities such as calligraphy, painting, woodworking, or playing an instrument are common among older generations. These activities provide a sense of purpose, foster creativity, and help develop a peaceful mindset. Having these outlets for self-expression not only brings emotional satisfaction, but also provides a sense of pride and accomplishment. Another practice that is prevalent in Japan is meditation, a tool that has been used for centuries to help clear the mind, reduce stress, and foster emotional balance. Meditation helps the Japanese approach aging with grace and acceptance, while also reducing anxiety and fear of the unknown. Many elderly people in Japan engage in regular meditation or mindfulness practices, often starting their day with a quiet moment of reflection before diving into their daily activities. This creates a mental resilience that is vital for dealing with the ups and downs of life. All of this is a sharp contrast to the growing mental health challenges faced in Western societies. In the U.S., for example, stress, anxiety, and depression are major concerns for many people, particularly the elderly. The pressure to maintain productivity, constant connection through technology, and societal emphasis on individual achievement can all contribute to mental exhaustion and emotional strain. In Japan, however, there is a focus on mental peace and emotional well-being. Instead of being overwhelmed by the demands of modern life, the Japanese focus on the things that truly matter: maintaining relationships, finding joy in simple pleasures, and embracing aging as a natural part of life. This mindset creates a resilient society where people learn how to weather life's storms with calmness and clarity. This mental resilience is crucial in combating the effects of aging. When the mind is positive and clear, it helps lower stress levels, strengthens emotional health, and contributes to a longer, more fulfilling life. The Japanese mindset teaches us to cherish the present moment, embrace our aging process, and live life with grace and acceptance, qualities that not only enhance our mental well-being but are key to achieving longevity. By combining a strong sense of physical activity with a deep focus on mental well-being, the Japanese have found a remarkable formula for living long and vibrant lives. The emphasis on moving our bodies and nourishing our minds creates a holistic approach to aging, one that celebrates resilience, happiness, and inner peace, all of which contribute to the incredible longevity that Japan is known for. So, what can we learn from Japan? Japan is often seen as a land of mystery, with its beautiful landscapes, rich traditions, and deep culture. But when it comes to longevity, the mystery doesn't lie in some magical secret. It's about understanding the underlying principles that shape the lives of Japanese people. The small, everyday habits they practice, the deep respect they hold for each other, and the balance they strike between body, mind, and spirit. These are the real keys to their long, healthy lives. It's not about mimicking every part of their diet or exercise routines, though there's no harm in incorporating some of their healthy practices into our own lives. It's about understanding that these practices are built on a foundation of balance and intention. The Japanese do not live haphazardly. Every action, every choice, is made with care, purpose, and a profound understanding of what truly matters in life. The first lesson we can learn is to connect with nature. In today's fast-paced world, many of us are disconnected from the natural environment, glued to our screens, trapped in our work, and overwhelmed by stress. But nature has a profound ability to heal, reset, and refresh us. Whether it's walking through a park, breathing in fresh air, or simply sitting by a tree and listening to the sounds of the world, nature offers an opportunity for us to recharge and regain a sense of peace. Next, we can learn to make our meals more intentional. In Japan, food is not just something to fill the stomach, it's a ritual. They put time and effort into selecting the freshest ingredients, preparing them with care, and enjoying each bite. We often rush through our meals, eating in front of the TV or while multitasking. But we can take a page from the Japanese book by slowing down, eating mindfully, and focusing on nourishment rather than convenience. Making intentional choices about what we eat can lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment and better health over time. Fostering meaningful relationships is another essential lesson. The Japanese don't just see their family members as people they live with, they see them as part of their life's purpose. Relationships are nurtured and valued, not just maintained. From family to friends to neighbors, the Japanese understand that human connection is one of the greatest sources of joy and health. The feeling of being surrounded by people who care about you, people who genuinely see you and respect you, is one of the most important pillars of a long, happy life. We can all benefit from investing more time in strengthening the bonds that matter most and embracing those connections with open arms. But perhaps the most profound lesson we can learn from Japan is to embrace aging with respect and gratitude. In a world that constantly glorifies youth and beauty, it can be easy to fear getting older. But in Japan, growing older is seen as an honor, a chance to reflect on the life you've lived, share your wisdom, and continue contributing to society. The Japanese celebrate aging as a beautiful part of life, not something to be avoided or feared. Gratitude for the years we've lived and the experiences we've gathered is what leads to a peaceful acceptance of the passage of time. In the end, Japan's longevity is not a mystery. It's the result of small, everyday habits that lead to a life well-lived, habits that don't require perfection, but rather intentional choices that support physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It's about balance, connection, and respect for the journey of life. Now, imagine this for a moment. You're 100 years old, but you're not just surviving. You're thriving. You're waking up every day with purpose, with energy, and with a sense of fulfillment. You're surrounded by people who love and respect you, and you continue to contribute in meaningful ways. You embrace each new day with joy, gratitude, and a deep sense of peace, knowing that you've lived a life rich in love, wisdom, and experience. Doesn't that sound like a life worth living? Japan has shown us that this is not just a dream for the lucky few, it's a reality that's available to anyone who is willing to make a few small changes. It's about living intentionally, taking the time to focus on what truly matters, embracing aging with grace, and making choices that promote both physical health and mental peace. I'm over 60, still working more than 15 hours a day. Not for fame, not for money, but for you. While others rest, I keep going with a tired body but a hopeful heart. If this touched you even a little, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know this effort, this pain isn't in vain. It's time we change how we view aging. Instead of seeing it as something we need to fear or avoid, let's start seeing it as a privilege, as an opportunity to become the best version of ourselves at every age. Let's start living our best, longest lives because, as Japan has shown us, longevity isn't about luck. It's about making mindful choices every single day. If you found inspiration in Japan's secrets to longevity and want to start making meaningful changes in your life, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone you care about. Let's start building a healthier, happier future together, one small, intentional step at a time. Join us on this journey of longevity, and let's create a world where everyone can live not just longer lives, but lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection.